Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Seema Saini. I hope you all are good. Today
We will discuss questions of Chapter 2, the address, Class 11, Snapshots book. Question 1. How does the narrator feel certain that she has come to the right address? Answer. When the narrator reached the place, a woman opened the door. This woman was wearing the cardigan that used to be her mother's. Thus, the narrator became certain that she has come to the right place. Question 2. Did Mrs. Darling welcome the narrator to her house? This is important question. Answer. No. Mrs. Darling behaved very insolently when the narrator came to her house. She didn't even let her in. She said that it was not convenient for her to talk to her at that time. She asked her to come some other time and then closed the door. Question 3. Who was Mrs. Darling? Where did she live? This is important question. Answer. Mrs. Darling was an acquaintance of the narrator's mother. It was with her that the narrator's mother had left her belongings at the time of the war. This woman lived at house number 46 in Marconi Street. Question 4. How and when did the narrator come to know of Mrs. Darling's address? Answer. It was many years ago during the first half of the war. The narrator had come home for a few days. The narrator's mother told her about Mrs. Darling. She said the woman lived at house number 46 in Marconi Street and had agreed to keep their things with her. Now next question, question number 5. What had the narrator's mother told her about Mrs. Darling? Answer. The mother had told her that Mrs. Darling was an old acquaintance of hers. She had agreed to keep their things with her, and every time she came, she took away some full bag or suitcase. Question 6. The address is a story of human predicament that follows war. This is important question. Answer. War kills not only human beings but also human feelings. After the war, Mrs. Darling shows no feelings for her former acquaintances who had to leave the country because of the war. Question 7. Why did the narrator of the story want to forget the address? This is most important question. Answer. The old acquaintance of her mother had treated her very insolently. That was why she wanted to forget that address. Now long questions. Question 1. Have you come back? Said the woman. I thought that no one had come back. Does this statement give some clue about the story? If yes, what is it? Answer. The given statement shows that the two families knew each other. Some people had left their homes due to the war many years ago. Those who had stayed back thought that the ones who had left would never come back. That is why the woman feels surprised to see one of them come back. It also shows the selfishness of human behavior. People care more for material things than for human beings. But it can't be said of all human beings. The narrator and her mother were totally different in their nature. They were trusting and loving human beings. Thus, the given statement does give some clue about the story. Question 2. The story is divided into pre-war and post-war times. What, according to you, are the hardships the girl underwent during these times? Answer. The girl must have undergone great hardships. She and her mother had to live in constant fear of Nazis. She and her mother had to leave their home. They had to leave everything they had with an acquaintance. They had to find a new place to live. The girl had to discontinue her studies. Then she lost her mother. Now she was left all alone in a cruel world. Even after the war, she had to live in a small rented place. Clearly, life must have been very hard for her. Question 3. Why did the narrator of the story want to forget the address? This is most important question. Answer. It was the address of an acquaintance with whom the narrator's mother had left all her costly things many years before. But now the mother was no more, and the things had been lying in strange surroundings for years. They had lost all their emotional values for the narrator. Moreover, the narrator now lived in a small rented room. She had no place to keep all these things. The old acquaintance of her mother had treated her very insolently. She even refused to recognize her. She did not let her come into the house. That was why she wanted to forget that address. Question 4. The address is a story of human predicament that follows war. Comment. This is important question. Answer. War brings with it death and destruction. It kills the finer feelings of love and sympathy. That is what happens in this story. The narrator's mother leaves all her valuable things with an acquaintance, a woman, during the war. The mother dies, and many years later, the narrator comes to the woman to have a look at her mother's things. But the woman shows no human feelings towards her. Rather, she behaves in a very hard-hearted manner. She doesn't even let the narrator come in and sit a while. She says very dryly, "It is not convenient for me now. I can't see you. Come another time." And then she closes the door. Thus, we see that war leaves the world desolate not only on the physical level but also on the emotional and spiritual level.
That's all for today.
For more videos, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel.
See you in my next video. Till then, bye. Take care.